Let's start this morning, though, with a rare race that has just surfaced in the last week. One elected Democrat going after another one in the state legislature. State Rep Victoria Niave Criado wants voters to throw out fellow Democrat State Senator Nathan Johnson. Both represent parts of Dallas County. Both have worked together in the past, and both of them just released their own polls showing that they each lead in this new race. But let's get into the reasons for this one. First up, the incumbent state senator, Nathan Johnson. Senator, welcome back to the program here. Basic question, why did you draw a challenger?
I'm excited actually to have a challenger in a primary because for the first time we're going to have a focus on this race so we can see what people really have done, what I've been able to do in the legislature, and I think when people see that, they will put me back in office.
But are you really excited to have a challenger?
You know what, I am, because there's so little attention paid to what goes on in the legislature, particularly in the Senate, that I want people to look at what we've been able to do, where we fought, where we've lost, what we're doing to win next time, and where we've won. So when I ran for this office back in 2018, nobody thought that I could take out a Republican with a ton of money in a 30-year Republican seat, but I did. I beat him by 8 points by promising people that I would fight against the things that bring us down and work and achieve the things that lift us up. That's what I've been able to do. Every day I'm on the floor, I am in the face of the governor, the lieutenant governor, calling out the bad stuff that pulls us down clearly, effectively, but at the same time, my constituents and the people of the state need more than just words. They need results. Everybody in this state needs education. Everybody needs healthcare. Everybody needs electricity. On those three areas and many more, I've been able to deliver results. If you're a parent and your baby doesn't go deaf, it's going to be partly because of a bill I passed. If you've got power instead of being out power for 4 days, it's because I've been effective on the grid. If you've got emotional stability and funding and education, it's because of the work I've done in education. And Jason, you're wondering why I'm excited about a primary? Because finally, people are going to see that stuff. And it's going to make them fired up and feel good about what we're doing on the Democratic side. That's what I want to happen through this race.
This isn't just any Democrat running against you. This is a fellow state legislator running against you, a Democrat, Victoria Niave Criado. You've worked with her on bills before. Have you two spoken about her running?
We have not spoken about her running. I have passed bills for her. I'm shocked, frankly. On the values that we both profess, I've been consistent, whether you're talking about reproductive rights, where I have been a rock, or voting rights, or public education. I've been there even more often than she has. So I'm really quite shocked by it. It's disappointing because I think that we need to be effective in both chambers, and that it would be good for us to be able to work together rather than attack each other. But you know, everyone has a right to run, Jason. Everyone has a right to aspire to a different office. I'm just surprised by it because we have worked well together. I've worked very, very well with the entire House of Representatives. I passed a lot of their bills. I'm going to keep working well with the House of Representatives while I'm in there.
One of the charges she levels against you, she says you're too timid.
Yeah,
What's your reaction?
That's laughable. Anybody who has watched, in fact, I get in trouble in the Senate for being too outspoken. There's a reason Ken Paxton's legal team tried to kick me off the jury. I go after them, and I'm good at it, and I'm consistent with it. That's just something people say to get elected, and either they're misrepresenting the truth or they haven't bothered to look at the truth. There is nobody in that building who would ever call me timid. Let me mention one other thing, Jason, and I think it's fundamental to this election. Speaking up is something I've consistently done, but there's another half of being a legislator. It's not just about getting to the microphone and protesting. I do that all the time. Like I said, I get in trouble. But you've also got to spend time figuring out what do your constituents need. I passed almost 50 bills last session. I've passed probably 100 bills in 3 sessions. Little bills? They're not little bills. There's this faction in the Democratic Party that thinks that passing bills is somehow a sign of weakness.
You have more money in the bank. What does internal polling say about this?
Well, internal polling is generally internal. I will say that.
You want to give us a hint on what it looks like?
Yeah, I'm very enthusiastic about my chances to win. I don't think it's ever smart or even respectful to take anything for granted. There are people who are going to vote for me. There's people who are going to vote for her, and I will represent everybody. I will represent everybody in both parties and within this party, because that's your job as a legislator. I don't begrudge people taking sides at this point, but I am confident that, and yes, I've looked at polling. When people understand the work that we're doing, they will send me back into office. And yes, our polling indicates that.
Senator, thank you.
Thank you, Jason. Good to be here.